When you're on the internet, you don't know that.
Oh, you know.
Did y'all watch Barb and Star go to Vista Del
No.
Mar?
No, not yet. We pretty much spent the weekend catching up on Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Made
then
a good decision.
Yeah, and then we I watched. I'm not caught up now in Obi-Wan, but I got further.
Okay. All right.
And
ready?
I did not get a chance to watch Miss Marvel, which started today.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet either. I guess I'll look at it. All right. Let's just start it.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yep.
It's a Culture Smash cast, episode 599 for June the 8th, 2022. I'm Stephen Lackey with a burnt finger, and also the editor of Culturesmash.tv. Zach, who are you? Since you're sitting here looking at your phone.
Who am I?
Nico?
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
Tina?
Tina Qualls, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
So real talk.
You ready now?
Real talk.
Yeah.
I am not on any drugs.
Yeah?
But damn, work is a hell of a drug and it frazzles my brain.
You listen, I'm sitting here with a jar of frozen jelly in my hand.
That's not my fault.
I don't want to hear frazzled. I'm having trouble focusing here. This damn burnt finger. I took 4 ibuprofen, so I'm ready. Let's see how it goes.
Hopefully it'll resolve
Itself soon.
Yeah.
I hope so too. Well, what have you guys been up to?
Reading, watching Stranger Things, mowed half a lawn, and we finally got our dryer to work.
Yeah.
That was like right at the last minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I interesting thing, if you're in a newer house than one that was built in like pre-2000s, the dryer hookup is different. Like the dryers pre-2000s had a 3-prong plug, now they have a 4-prong plug.
Really?
It's not like a grounded like wall outlet, whereas like if you got a 2-prong, it just plugs into the 2 that are there. Like, no, you have to replace the cord completely.
Which wasn't bad. It was like, what, $30, something like that?
Yeah, I just had to drop $30 on a new cord and manual labor, which I did in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good because you probably would have spent $300 for that, paying somebody.
Yeah, so yeah, it was good. But you know, all that like new house crap that we have to deal with this since we moved here. But we got our wall art up, so that was really good.
Nice.
All the posters, so that's nice.
Progress.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's
starting to feel like a home now.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I went and saw Crimes of the Future. Zach was supposed to, but he failed. Hasn't done it yet.
Well, you see, the thing was, somebody was saying a different day, and then some asshole just spurred on like, "Hey, you coming?"
Well, it's been one of those 2 weeks
where
shit keeps getting changed on me without my control sometimes. But I did see it. It is the most Cronenberg of Cronenbergs. So depending on how you feel about that, your mileage may vary. I loved it.
Speaking of things changing,
yes,
some asshole was like, "Hey, let's go to a movie Thursday night."
Oh yeah,
and
that was
some motherfucker went and
that was
got
also
a
me.
ticket
that
for
was you.
it.
Yeah, that was you.
And then some asshole comes back and goes, "Oh, by the way, I'm busy Thursday night. Let's do it Wednesday night."
Hey, your family, you have no control over what your family does to you.
So either I'm out $8.
Oh no, they'll refund you tonight. Don't worry.
I'll take a credit.
They'll give you
it.
You can use it for crimes.
Yeah. Like,
here's the thing that I would normally struggle to admit, but I'm gonna own it. This is the second Kristen Stewart movie in a row that I've seen her in, and she's freaking great. She was great in this movie. She's a smaller character, but she steals like so many scenes.
I mean, it's good to hear because, I mean, I'd rather her start off with garbage at the beginning.
Get better.
I would rather start off with garbage in the beginning of her career than now. You know, you can go up.
She's so good in this. She's so quirky. I mean, I really liked her.
I have to ask though.
Yes.
There's like this shot in the trailer where she's like looking in a microscope,
Mhm.
and it looks like she's touching herself. Is that the case?
Anyway,
Looks like you'll have to watch the movie to find out.
I think you should watch the movie.
Because I'm like, what the hell?
So if you don't know, the movie it's a science fiction alt future kind of story where people start randomly growing extra organs, and because of this human evolution that's happened, pain is almost a non-existent thing. So the main cast, they put on art shows where they remove the excess baggage in front of people. Some people really enjoy it. It's good. It's a good movie.
So some people are like,
one of those people is Steven.
One of those people was Steven. No, it's good. I highly recommend. It's Cronenberg with a budget and a reasonable, like a good cinematographer. Yeah, gotta see it. But don't go. You got to go. Rested, because it's complicated. The movie has a lot to say, just like all Cronenberg body horror movies do. So it's not something you can go in and just lightly watch. It's going to take you for a ride.
did they fix the CG? Some of the CG in the trailer was a little.
It's still a little in a couple of places.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's some practical stuff in there too. It's pretty damn good.
Look, it's Cronenberg on a budget. Knowing that, you kind of get a little pass.
Yep. So yeah, I recommend go see it. Go see it. But if you go see it and you tell me you didn't like it, I'm like, all right, I got you. I understand. I think it's great. I was talking to some people online about it, and other screenings, people have walked out due to certain scenes. Those scenes didn't bother me, but I'm a twisted bastard, so I'm like, what's the big deal? Oh, all right,
It's rated R. It's fine.
it's fine. So let me do this little promo here. Special thanks to Skinny Mixes for supporting the Culture Smash cast. Skinny Mixes are coffee and dessert syrups that are 0 sugar, 0 calorie, and 0 to 2 carbs. Head on over to skinnymixes.com and try some of their syrups, such as the white chocolate, which I love, the salted dark chocolate, salted caramel, and the variety of cocktail mixes they offer, including margarita and different fruit flavors. Use promo code Culturesmash for 15% discount. And if you spend $50, they'll ship it for free. How about that?
All right.
All right. So who wants
Movies.
to do the box office?
We got it open over here. Starting in number
Hit
10, Steven's much talked about movie, Crimes of the Future.
Hey, at least it made the top 10. That's
Yep.
pretty good.
$1.1 million. It's what it opened at. So that's what it's got. $1.1 million.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Number 11 on here is actually Watcher.
Oh, I saw that too. I saw that.
How was that?
Oh, the one Tina spoiled.
Did she actually spoil it? Motherfucker!
Well, here's the
It's
good
not
news.
spoiling if it's in the synopsis that I read.
Yeah.
Well,
Not the one listed on
I was
Box
going to
Office
say it actually
Mojo,
is in the
IMDb.
synopsis, but yeah, not in the like marketing materials. Here's the good news, though. Here's the good news: is it's a very meh movie. If you miss it, you didn't miss much. It's okay. It's like even without the spoiler, you would have fucking got it in the first 15 minutes anyway. It's just, it's a Shudder movie.
Mm.
Okay.
It's all right. Going to the theater is unnecessary. If you're bored on a Sunday and you're interested in the story, pull it up because the lead actors are pretty good, but
All right.
All
I
right.
saw it as a double feature with Crimes, so meh.
Number 9 is The Lost City. It made $1.3 million this past weekend, which brings its total up to $103.9 million total.
Yep. Number 8, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 still running along with 1.7 million. It's up to $188.2 million.
Opening at number 7 this week, we have.
Oh, look at you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Vikram,
What?
which is it's a Bollywood film.
Oh, Vikram.
Vikram
Mhm.
made $1.7 million. It's its opening week, so hey,
All right.
Number 6 is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Still bringing in that money. $2 million is what it brought in this past weekend, bringing its total up to $60.5 million.
Number 5, we have Downton Abbey, A New Era at 3.1 million. It's made 35.8 million so far.
Okay,
Number
somebody
4
else goes Zach Blewett.
Number 4 is The Bad Guys, still trucking along. It actually moved up this week. Made $3.3 million this past weekend, bringing its total up to $87.2 million.
Yeah, pretty much Bad Guys and Downton Abbey switch places, but otherwise everything in the top 6 is the same. Number 3, we have the Bob's Burgers movie at 4.6 million. It's made 22.3 million so far.
God,
So-
I just have no interest.
Real quick, if Everything Everywhere All at Once makes $2 more million worldwide, it will be the highest grossing A24 film.
What was the one? What's the current one?
Hereditary.
Oh,
Oh, please pass it. Please, come on.
Yeah,
Everything
agree.
Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of number
Please.
2, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness brought in $9.1 million this past weekend. It is bringing its total up to $388.6 million. After this, Nathan can get no money from it. So
You
I'm
know
okay
what's really
with it.
sad?
That you're losing.
No. What's really sad is that number 1 at the box office, we have Top Gun Maverick. It made $90 million.
That's so sad. That's
How's that
deserved.
sad?
Total gross is $295 million. And that's $295 million that Steven won't get. That's what's sad about it. Steven's
You
not
know-
going to get that money.
you know-
It's a shame.
You shouldn't be allowed to do this because I'm wounded.
Look, that's almost $300 million. That could have been $300 million.
That's a bitter 300 million. You'll choke on it.
It will be 300 million by next weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Choke on it. You have a
Shame.
you have a film ball update.
I do. So, still sitting at the bottom are me and Nico with a beautiful little goose egg. Okay, listen, that's going to change this next weekend for me because dinosaurs. So, and then 2 weeks after that, he gets one. I don't care.
Nah, I don't care.
But in third place is Steven with $11.3 million. In second place is Zach with $238.3 million. Now, keep in mind, this is a week behind, so you'll get that Top Gun money soon. But
Still ahead of
still,
you, though.
number 1 is Nathan with $379.4 million. Most of that coming from Doctor Strange.
I mean, it's going to be a pretty tight battle.
It
I
is.
knew.
I'm
though.
looking forward
I
to
knew
it.
Top Gun was going to make money. I knew it.
You didn't
Son
know
of a
enough
bitch.
of it.
Fucking bullshit.
So, this might be complete bullshit, but they are estimating Jurassic World 3? Jurassic Park 6
Yeah.
to make a $125 million weekend opening,
I don't
Yeah.
care. Dinosaurs. It could make
Which is-
$2 and I would be happy.
which would be the lowest of all of them.
But they also estimated Top Gun at something like 60, and look what it did.
Yeah,
So
but,
I don't trust the estimates.
but here's the thing. Top Gun has a cult following. Jurassic World was a bad movie. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was a really bad movie.
You say that, but some people really like
However,
these movies.
Blue
I
has a
have-
baby in this one.
Well, and you also
That-
have like actual like Goldblum, Neil, and Dern coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you've
did
got
that
the
for the
cast.
last movie. They
No,
tried
Just
that.
out
they
in the last
didn't.
movie.
Not really. That
Yeah,
was
no,
a
they
that was
totally
a
make
glor-
this
Marketing
up.
wise.
It was, and
Marketing-wise,
everybody knew it was a glorified cameo. Everybody knew it, even with
But
the
Yeah.
this one, they're actually part of the story, so it's completely
Mhm.
different.
Don't give a fuck.
And also, arguably the biggest one of them is Laura Dern to me. But having
Yeah.
Laura Dern and Sam Neill both back is much more of a big deal than Jeff Goldblum. As
Yeah.
much as it's really hip to really love him right now, which I think is fine. I think he's great too. But I don't know. I'll end up seeing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I-
see it because it's dinosaurs and it's me. Like I said, it could make $2 this weekend from me and be absolute shit. I'm still gonna go see it.
Wait, where are you paying $2 for a movie ticket?
I don't know.
yeah,
She's
she's just
It's hypothetical, sir.
Yeah.
You don't understand the nuances of the human language.
I'll be real though. If it did make like $10 million,
Yeah.
I'd hold a party. Everybody here be invited.
Only if we could watch Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah. I'll pop in the 4K.
Bum, bum, ba-da-da.
I'd be
Right.
so happy. And it's not because of Film Ball. It's because
look it
people
up
would
real
be
quick.
like, fuck this.
I couldn't get it to pull up because of stupid ad blocker. What else is anything else opening other than dinosaurs? I don't think so.
Opening up this weekend is Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think that's it for what stupid ad blocker.
Jurassic Park 6, 39% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the reviews of this have been like, the positive ones were like, I mean, it's not entirely bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, reviews have not been looking good, unfortunately.
I didn't know that. I haven't checked them.
It's
Holy
almost like
shit.
It's almost like when you get the writer and director of the past two films, which were bad, and you just give him money again. It's a bad movie.
God.
Yeah.
Colin Trevorrow is shit.
I'll go see it. Still gonna go see it.
Fuck you. Have some goddamn dignity.
I have to see everything. You know this. You
I mean, yeah.
know this.
I know.
All right, let's talk about some trailers because Nico and I were battling, and he beat me, of course, for who was going to put the Black Adam trailer up online first. Nico, what is your initial thoughts of the Black Adam trailer?
I've already seen the Scorpion King,
Yeah?
so I mean,
Now you can just see the Scorpion King fly.
the Scorpion King with better CGI. That's what we're looking for.
Wait,
I-
are you
I
sure
am-
about that? Are you sure it's better?
You know the bar of the Scorpion King CGI, like it is in a basement. But no, it's I like Pierce Brosnan. I like everybody that's not The Rock. Like, and it's not that I don't like The Rock. The Rock's fun, but I just don't care about Black Adam. I am
Yeah.
way more excited about everybody else in this movie. Yeah, it's I'll watch it, but I'm not particularly thrilled.
I felt 100% the same. I was like, ooh, I like the casting of Dr. Fate. That's pretty cool. But the movie to me looks like it looks like it's shot inside a studio with a bunch of bad CGI, and I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. And I
It's like
really
if
like
you-
The Rock.
It's like if you combined not only the Scorpion King, but Hitch as well. Or not Hitch, Hancock.
Hancock.
I was gonna
yeah.
say Hitch. That's a
Yeah,
weird.
no.
It's a weird combo.
Because you have that.
Also
you have
another Will
that.
Smith movie.
You have that. Oh, I could save the world, but I could also end the world. It's like
Yeah, that line is like we don't kill people. It's like
I
I
do.
do, and I'm like, oh come on, that is trying way too hard to be
Yeah.
edgy.
Yeah, and it's a PG movie, so he's not going to kill anybody. And if he does, it'll be
it's
so
gonna be off
CGI'd
screen.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan though, that's what I'm for.
Here's my 2 cents. I don't care.
Um,
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Yeah.
like I want to care. I want to see someone other than Marvel do well.
I
Because
want to
I
care because this seems like it's been a passion project of The Rock's for so long. Like
Right.
Black Adam has been in development for years.
And I don't understand the love. I mean, he's not that great of a character.
Yeah,
But I honestly don't know that much about Black Adam. There was when I was a kid, I remember some Superman Shazam crossover comics that had Black Adam in it too. That's the extent of my knowledge about the character, though. I just don't know much about it.
Yeah, I know next to nothing about the character.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty accurate so far. I mean, it's just he's got similar powers as Captain Marvel / Shazam, and he eventually like rules a kingdom, almost like Doctor Doom style. So it's oh well,
Okay, you know what this really reminded me of?
you know.
Those mock trailers, the in the universe of The Boys, like the Voight. or
Oh
Vought.
yeah.
Oh,
It really reminds me of those, like a parody.
I don't feel it as a parody. I just feel it as
No, it's serious.
no, but I don't. I just don't feel it that way. I know where you're coming
I
from.
just-
though. Yeah.
I can kind of see where you're coming from. I would totally watch The Dawn of the Seven. That would be great.
it does feel like formulaic. Like it feels manufactured. You know, if And it makes me sad because I'm not only feeling that about this movie, but I'm kind of starting to feel it about superhero movies in general. Doctor Strange being a high point, actually, because I like that one. But yeah, this it makes me really sad because I like The Rock. I wanted to see him do a good superhero movie, but I don't think this is going to be it. All right, what was the other trailer we had posted?
We talked about Prey, which is the new Predators movie.
Yeah.
So this is your boy.
I actually haven't seen this.
It has been posted.
Yeah, it's been posted for a while.
You have one job, sir. It has been in our group.
Okay.
But this is your boy.
This is actually my boy.
I know. What do you got to say about that? The director of 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is a great freaking movie.
Can I say we're talking about bad CGI? That bear.
That bear
was unbearable.
I haven't seen it.
That
How bad is it?
is reasonable. And let me ask you guys something. Maybe I don't know if there was something in the trailer I missed, but this is all like indigenous people, right?
For the most part,
indigenous, there seemed like
French Canadian
fur traders kind of deal.
Because I'm like, they are speaking some really clean English. I
think the idea is that they're speaking their native language and it is translated for us, the audience.
Just double down and have it all subtitled.
So like Vikings. Remember that Tom Cruise movie about it's like that.
Do Apocalypto.
What do you mean? I haven't seen that movie. I haven't watched
it. You haven't seen Apocalypto?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. It's Mel Gibson directed. It's about the Aztecs.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Passion of the Christ.
And
I just didn't give a shit.
Well, I mean, he shot the film in the native language.
Yeah.
And it got a wide release.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I kind of thought they were gonna do that. I literally thought that they were. I mean, I thought we were beyond this now. But okay. I mean, ultimately, visually, for me, I'm happy to not have to read subs and actually soak in the visual. But then, like Tina said, that bear is pretty unbearable.
It's bad.
I want to like this. I want to be excited, though.
Yeah, but the past 3 Predator things have been awful.
Yeah, but they weren't your boy.
I have faith in my boy.
Well,
did he write it, though?
I don't know who wrote this one, to be honest. That's a good question.
Yeah, let's look up that.
There's moments in it that I think look pretty good. I mean, I'm just curious at how they're going to make it believable that this basically a girl with a bow and arrow beats a predator.
Yeah.
I just
they
how is that going to work?
They definitely show her doing like some ingenuity, like mix between Schwarzenegger and Predator in the original Predator, and Macaulay Culkin Home Alone setting up traps.
Exactly.
Situation,
which is kind of part of the early part of that franchise anyway. That's how it
feels
started.
It feels like a return to kind of a bit more early Predator. It's got to be better than the last one. I mean that's
it has to be
plain and simple. So
yeah.
So the writer of this
has
done like 3 TV shows.
Okay, so he's unproven, which could be a good thing. Could be a good thing.
We're talking not whole shows, an episode.
Yeah,
of like 3 different shows.
That could be all right though. That could be somebody trying to get their foot in the door who had a really good script.
Yeah.
So that because Dan Trachtenberg, remember, he started out in a podcast.
You did,
yeah.
That I watched. Yeah, or he was one of the early YouTube streamer like podcasts.
Yeah, it was him,
I used to watch him on YouTube.
Alex Albrecht, and I forget the third guy who was on it. But yeah, on the Totally Rad Show.
Yeah. So maybe he's got some cool writer that did something interesting. I don't know. I hope so because I want to be excited about a Predator movie again. I really do.
Oh God.
What?
The film was originally envisioned as an R-rated film. However, the producer hinted at a possible PG-13.
Damn it! This movie should be R.
It's straight to fucking Hulu. Who cares? Make it R.
Okay, you want to know a little tiny thing that I do love?
We don't want to hear about your penis.
I was actually about to bring up Zach's penis because he keeps pulling it out.
What?
There's a little tiny thing that I love about what they've done with this movie, and I'm not sure why they've done it. But if you look at the logo for the movie, it has a tiny little 20th Century Fox logo above it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that, but I love it.
No, it just says 20th Century.
Is that what they're doing with the branding now? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20th Century Studios.
I
There's
love
no
it.
Fox.
Well, at least it doesn't have a Disney logo in front of it. That's what I love.
Yeah, because it's going to Hulu.
That doesn't matter.
If it had a Disney fucking logo, it'd go with Disney Plus, and it would be PG-13.
You don't think it's going to wind up being PG-13?
If it is, my boy, excuse me, that producer, let me the fuck down. It's goddamn Predator.
A Predator movie should be R-rated. It should be gory. There should be curse in it. It should have all of that
Look,
stuff.
as much as I fucking hate Alien vs. Predator 2 Requiem, it had the goddamn decency to be rated R.
True.
That movie is a unmitigated Cleveland steamer.
It is.
And
Oh,
at
you-
least
What? It got
it's
dropped-
rated R.
It got dropped on your chest?
Yeah, it's bad. I didn't ask for it. She just bent over and did it.
Shit it right out. All right. So, was there anything else in the trailer front other than what we're about to get into?
They had the Monsters teaser trailer.
That's right. That was the other thing. This burn is really distracting me. So what did you guys, Tina, what did you think of the Monsters trailer?
I need more to get a full view on it, but I'm skeptical, but still somewhat optimistic. The Herman Munster, when he burst through, it felt like he was trying too hard, but the grandpa seemed okay, and Lily seemed fine.
I get what they were going for with recreating the season 2 opener. I just don't think there's enough to judge it off of.
Yeah, we have one line of dialogue, and that's it.
It is definitely a teaser.
It is
Meant
definitely
to,
a teaser.
So yeah. Also, but on that same line, Netflix did a teaser of its Wednesday Addams show, which is
that was a literal nothing burger.
That was just, hey, here's what Wednesday looks like. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it's essentially the same thing as the Munsters one, except the Munsters had more characters in it.
Well, I do feel like the Monsters one gives you a little bit of flavor, though.
Yes.
Like it's shot in black and white, but then it says at the end in glorious
And
color
living
and whatever.
color.
Yeah, I feel like those things are trying to give you a sense of the campiness of it.
So
whether it's successful or not, I don't know.
So here's the question: which one were you? Were you a Munsters watcher or Addams Family fan?
Both.
Well, okay. Which one were you more? It's like the Elvis Beatles question. Like, which one were you more?
As a kid, I was Munsters.
As a kid, I was more Munsters because the Addams Family came on at an inopportune time to where my parents wouldn't let me watch it.
Yep.
So I guess this is literally a problem of being the child of parents that were in their early 20s. Because when you ask me this question, my answer immediately is I was a Friday the 13th kid. The movie. I didn't watch either of this shit. I was watching, horror movies on Up All Night. I just didn't watch either of them.
I watched Child's Play and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday, all before I was like 8.
Yeah, same.
That wasn't the issue. It was my parents wanted me to go the fuck to sleep so that they could get shit done. So
yeah, I don't have any serious connection to either, to be honest with you. I mean, it'll be fine. I would like Rob Zombie to do a good movie again. He's only done one in his entire career.
I'll take a spooky Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah, I'll take this if it's spooky and funny and whatever. If he wrote this one too, so it really is all on his shoulders. He wrote it and he directed it. So
he wrote 31 too,
and it was fucking awful.
And he wrote 3 from Hell too.
And it was awful.
And he wrote Devil's Rejects.
His only good movie.
Yeah, I think Steven's point is that if it goes wrong, it's all his fault.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not a studio meddling thing necessarily, unless we really hear something. What would they do though? It's not like he's trying to do an R-rated, like an NC-17 Monsters.
It's PG.
Yeah, which is what it should be.
Oh yeah. If it was rated PG-13, I'd be like, something
For
feels
what?
off.
What'd you do? Yeah, for what?
Somebody say shit or something.
Right. All right. So I guess we all have hope. I guess that's how I feel. I have hope that it's good. And weirdly, I have hope that it's good more for Rob Zombie than I do the franchise. But
yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of TV to talk about. You guys, let's talk about Stranger Things first, and then we'll see what kind of time we have left.
Oh, okay, it's back. That was interesting. Thanks, Zoom.
Oh, did you guys freeze for a second?
Zoom just crashed
and restarted.
and then restarted. It's like, eh.
That happened to me yesterday in a conference call. I think it's a Zoom thing. Something weird.
Yeah, because my
Thanks,
internet's just
Zoom.
Fine. It's the
Thanks, Zoom.
So we're on.
Yeah, you guys'
Things.
new internet is quite pleasing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Stranger
Alright, so
Things.
Stranger Things. So I was the first one to finish this thing because I was determined not to get spoiled.
Yeah, we finished it.
Spoilers for Stranger Things, by the way, if you're listening to
major
this.
spoilers
for season 4, volume 1 of Stranger Things,
and theorizing on volume 2.
For sure.
No, I wanted to watch it real quick because the boys were powering through, so they tend to accidentally spoil things when we tell them
kids
to shut
can
the
do
fuck
that.
up.
I mean, you forget which episode had what when you binge stuff.
And then TikTok was all over it.
TikTok was terrible.
TikTok within the first 5 fucking hours was spoiling everything.
Well, the problem with TikTok is, it's the same with Instagram, is you have influencers that get to see it early.
Yeah.
And instead of just giving you a review or a vibe of the show, they go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's, and like with TikTok, it's really bad because they go spoilers for, and before you can even swipe, they've said something. It was bad. That's why I had to get
they
through it.
just start showing video clips of it. And before you realize what you're watching, you're spoiled.
You've seen something. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I agree with you. It was difficult.
But I am still very much pleased with this season so far.
I think this is the best season since season 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said that to you guys when I was ahead. I'm like, this is it. This is as good as season 1 for me. I really so far like it. People's complaining, especially Zach, about the episodes being too long.
That last episode tested my patience. I'll be real.
I do agree on that.
I get some of that. More so when it came to the California cruise story.
To me,
I just don't care about their story right now.
Yeah.
Who is that?
The California crew.
Mike and
Will and Jonathan. Yeah.
Jonathan got shafted this season.
He sure did.
Honestly, good, because I was getting sick of Jonathan. No, the storylines that I find the most interesting, one are the Hawkins crew. That's gonna be, top tier. And 2, Hopper. Like, I really like the Russian kind of.
It's so funny. People are hating on that story a lot online, and I'm like, I love Winona Ryder though.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see her doing something cool, and she's really funny in a lot of parts of this. I liked it a lot. I love that story too.
I really enjoy Murray and hers interactions, and they help bring a little bit of levity, which is weird because their whole thing is let's save Hopper from a Russian gulag, but their story is the story that brings more laughter.
Well, I think, and also like they're good. I think Hopper's story is urgent. Like it's a prison break. He's trying to escape, and it's a good kind of actiony portion. And then especially when you get into that last episode, and like, they're gonna fight a Jimmy Gorgon. Oh shit!
Not only that, but Hopper instructs the rest of the Russian prisoners of like, hey, if you want to survive this, do what I say.
Which they don't. But
now there are some really logic leaps that you have to take, and the Hopper story is one in particular. Not because of what's happening there, but because Winona Ryder's character Joyce would just leave the kids and go to fucking Russia.
Yeah,
it's a stretch.
$40,000
with $40,000, which they are obviously a lower income family.
Get that?
I know she must have taken.
Was set aside. Yeah, that money was set aside by Hopper like a season or 2 ago.
Well, they should have. They should have said that because I had no clue. The only thing I could guess was that she took a lien against her house or something.
They said we know the American has. He told us he has money set aside for the girl.
Yeah.
So
and it's Hopper's money, which is why they knew about the money.
Okay, so then that adds another question of he's willing to take a shit ton of torture, not to answer questions, but he'll give up the fact that there's money aside and all this stuff.
Well, it wasn't. he didn't give it to the Russians. He gave it to
I know.
Enzo to make it.
Yeah, and
But-
then like and also like Joyce's plan was not to go to Russia.
Yeah.
Joyce's plan was to go to Alaska,
And
give money, and then Hopper comes back in a couple of days.
also keep
Yeah.
in mind, Joyce doesn't know anything that's going on with her kids. She just thinks they're like having a pizza party or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, but still, she's gone to Alaska
Yeah.
and then ends up in Russia. It's a little bit of a. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you got to kind of accept a little bit of
Yeah, she
outlandishness.
didn't-
But it is like the
she
Goonies.
didn't
It's
mean
kind of
to
an
go to
outlandish thing to
Russia.
begin with. Yeah, it just
so,
happened that way.
yeah.
She wasn't complaining too much because she was getting to do what she needed to do. The way they reunited, though, I think was kind of like perfect. Because
good.
if they had swooped up into each other's arms and had a big romantic kiss, I feel like that wouldn't have exactly worked for the two of them.
No.
They're so quirky and weird.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Especially
a weird
with
kind of
the
almost
trauma.
awkward hug.
Yeah,
It
no,
just seemed to
especially
make
with the
sense.
trauma that Hopper's already going through with like they didn't need me, I needed them. Like I bring bad stuff to their lives.
Mhm.
A hug was definitely the right
Yeah.
kind of emotional attachment to go with.
I just like how awkward it was too. It was like Joyce went in for it and Hopper didn't know exactly what to do. I'm like, okay, I understand. I understand your character.
I have a question for you guys. Are you hoping Nancy ends up with Jonathan still or goes back to Steve?
They're gonna kill off Steve.
Oh yeah, 100%. Steve will
Yeah.
not survive.
Steve is gonna fucking die.
Well, okay,
Steve is gonna
so
get
right
some
away-
sort of-
Maybe he will. I felt like that too. But now that I know there's a fucking season 5 coming, I
What?
don't know.
I thought this was it.
No.
Yeah,
No,
me too. But they
it's
announced
not.
like, no, it's not.
They're gonna do one more. Another one more. I thought this was the one more.
Damn
But
it.
now they're
Yeah.
and I think this it literally happened because Netflix is bleeding, and they know because I'm sitting here thinking, well, how long do I have to continue my account
Yeah, no. Seriously,
to get to
after
season 5?
after volume 2 of the season comes out, we were gonna drop.
Well,
Yeah,
you can go. They have a thing
Right.
that I'm probably gonna do because after I heard season 5 was a thing, I'm like, They have a thing where you can take a break. It's a button you can take a break for 3 or 6 months or
We
something.
might do
And-
that.
and-
Yeah.
And we'll discuss that again once we get to the latter part of the show.
Okay, so I think Steve is safe now that they've announced the season 5. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Steve is gonna fucking die.
Not permanently. If they do kill him off, it won't be permanently because
If they do not kill him off permanently, you have no stakes in your show anymore.
I was gonna say
it
they
doesn't matter
but-
about their stakes in their shows. They know that if Steve Harrington dies, fans will not come back for that 5th season.
So
I
you're
don't know.
saying
I
no.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's
I was of the opinion
Well, hang
I
on,
wasn't
hang on,
happy
hang
when
on,
Hopper
hang-
came back.
Hang on.
I think the stuff that they put through Steve in that second to last episode when he is being attacked and it's like he's probably going to be infected with something or something, so he's going to die. They've also been building up the whole people look up to Steve so much. Like when Eddie was talking about how much Justin's like, man, this kid loves you. You were his idol and all this stuff. They are building up the idea of Steve so much in the show to a point where it's of course, because they're going to.
You think that's definitely trying to set him up to die?
I think Eddie's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because think about it, we
Eddie's-
had the same thing with Barb, we had the same thing with Bob, we had the same thing with
the new
curly
likable
haired-
character
yeah.
of the show gets killed
Eddie's
off.
too new of a character. If you killed him off, I'd be like, oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
so
they
was the
didn't-
curly haired Russian, and so was
So-
fucking
Yeah,
Bob.
and I was
So-
like, oh no.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point because Eddie would be easy to kill off. You could
Yes.
get some drama out of it, and you wouldn't have to like worry about, pulling the what's his name from Walking
The
Dead,
Star Connection?
the Asian
Yeah,
guy when
and-
everybody dipped.
Oh,
when they
yeah,
killed
And
him.
I wasn't really happy when they they killed off Hopper. I was like, holy shit. And then they go, oh well, actually no. That pissed me off.
Yeah, but that's why now it's like who fully dies in the show? 1 or 2 people in the running of it. The red-haired girl in the original season, she definitely died.
Barb.
Barb.
They reference back to her in this season.
Well,
But
that's
yeah,
the running
anybody
joke.
could
They have to
die,
reference Barb in every single season.
right?
Nico,
So like anybody could die and come back.
Nico accidentally spoiled himself.
Yeah, because I looked up. I was in the middle of the last episode, and I was like,
Literally the last episode.
and the attendant, the
Orderly.
who turns out to be Vecna, the big bad. I was just like, that guy looks familiar. I want to look up the actor. And then the cast listing is like Vecna, who is
shit,
who is like Hector Creel, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So
that
literally
sucks.
as they're explaining the entire, as he's going through the story of him like turning into Vecna, in the middle of that explanation, that exposition, he goes like, damn it.
Yeah.
He's like, I just spoiled myself for what they're literally revealing.
I called
with
it.
that in mind, did anybody, when they were watching that scene, think for a second, yeah, Steven's gonna fucking hate this part? Because you know what? Steven did hate that. I hate those exposition sequences like that.
It was
it was a really long exposition too.
Yeah, it goes for like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, because not only were they going between like L and 1, but they were also showing like Nancy and was it
and Vecna,
like little baby kid.
Oh yeah, and it was like going back and forth between timelines, and it was just explaining. It's like, dude, we get it now. We understand the connection. Stop dragging this on.
And it also wasn't. There wasn't any reason for him to do that. Like,
it was for the audience.
Yeah, and that's why if you can do exposition, but you can make it matter in the story, I'm okay with it. But yeah, this is like, let me make sure you understand. Here's 4 minutes of me describing the story. I'm like, that's one of my few bumps in this season. I was like, ooh, I hate you.
I would just like to say,
yeah,
I called it at the end of episode 5 because I'm like, they have introduced this orderly character.
Well, I don't think it was much of a stretch.
Just be a nobody.
He was creepy from the beginning, though.
Yeah,
I mean, he just had a creepy vibe to him.
But I called that he was the child, and that the child went into a coma and died. And I'm like, that is so convenient for the government to pick him up.
Yeah, I knew that he didn't go into a coma and die.
Yeah,
I'm
like, I bet you he's 1.
Yeah,
that was right.
I knew
the way they
revealed
I didn't know
how he'd be Vecna.
Yeah, I knew he was 1 when he was telling that story about who won.
You remind me of 1.
I'm like, yep.
The way they reveal the tattoo was kind of cool, though. I mean, the way it was put together.
Poor Vecna.
It definitely felt like, though, they could have edited that scene, that whole bit of scenes down, but they felt like they wanted to make sure the audience understood what was going on. Like they doubted the intelligence of its audience. And I don't know if
insulted a little bit.
Yeah, in some level, like I'm kind of insulted. Like, dude, we get it. But it's like, are there people who didn't get it? Did they test screen this? And it's like, oh yeah, there are people who are just not understanding this connection.
I will say, I like the set, the set for that scene, because on one side you have Elle with the normal red, orange, yellow, blah 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 rainbow, but on the other side it's an inverted rainbow, and that kind of reminded me of the upside down. I like the set designs were really good. Go on ahead, Zach.
I mean, and going off of Nico's point too, to where it's like, holding the audience's hand, I can understand them doing that for season 1, because season 1 is a throwback to like the PG rated movies of the 80s. And with this season, they have gone at the end here, especially full on R rated with the violence.
They went full Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the way that Tim McCorkin was ripping people apart. I'm like, we are beyond.
There's a couple of early sequences with the blonde girl that look straight up out of a Freddy Krueger, out of a Nightmare on Elm Street nightmare. The way they were shot.
And and Freddy fucking Krueger shows up with Robert Englund.
Yeah, which was awesome.
That was really good. We looked at the boys, we were like, do you even know who this is? And they're like, no. We're like, it's fucking Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
But
that was awesome.
I went back and watched the first episode of season 1, and I definitely subscribe to the theory that Vecna was the one who took Will.
Yeah, there's
no way the Demogorgon was able to take Will.
Well, there's also a bit in the beginning when Will is crossing over, you hear what sounds like, what in retrospect sounds like the grandfather clock.
Yeah, when he crashes his bike, you kind of hear the grandfather clock.
Interesting.
If they actually set that shit up from season 1, that's incredible.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, quietly though, this is kind of what annoys me, because Disney has proven that this is a thing. Since it's just streaming, they just dipped in there and put that in later. Like, Doctor Strange style.
Well,
Man,
pop out your 4K Blu-ray and see if it's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like you said, if they actually did it, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. There is a scene in there too. I was telling this to Zach that stood out to me. Tina, you'll get this. Is while the majority of the season is very much a Nightmare on Elm Street riff, there's one episode that is straight up a Carrie riff when they're at the skating rink.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's literally all they had to do was throw pig's blood on her instead of like soda
Milkshake.
or whatever.
You
Milkshake.
can tell by that scene. You can tell by people's reaction to that scene. You can tell who was bullied in school and who wasn't, because the people who were like, "Oh no, that was too far," were not bullied in school. Everybody I know who was bullied in school, who's seen that scene, had the exact same reaction I did of, "Yeah,
Exactly.
Fuck her up. Like,
Yeah.
I was
make her
I was
bleed."
like, okay, the skate may have been too much, but if it were like a
He
fist
didn't get
in the
bullied.
face, I got bullied. But still, it's I don't feel terrible about the kid.
I lived through that vicariously. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, bitch.
Yes.
Take that, bitch.
Like,
Yeah,
people
it
who
felt
were
kinda good.
ruthlessly bullied in school felt vindicated in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you can kind of tell that people that were ruthlessly bullied in school had a lot to do with the writing of that sequence
Yeah.
too, because the whole build up to it and the culmination of it really felt like someone's
Wet dream.
exercising some demons.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a little weird because it's an 80s nostalgia show, but they riff on something from the 70s. But that was straight up Carrie. There's no question. The
Yeah,
camera going
yeah.
around her in the middle of the skating rink and all that.
The distorted as she's like running away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice there was something subtle that other people have pointed out, because I don't remember shit from season 2. Did you notice the date on the
March
camera?
22nd, Will's birthday.
Yeah, it was
Hey.
Will's birthday.
Yeah,
My
it
birthday
is.
too. That's
So,
how I remember it.
I was
wow.
reading it. So I was reading an interview with the Duffer Brothers about that, because I forget which one is which, but one of them says like, yeah, that was an oversight on our part. So there was a continuity error that they fucked up. and he was like,
That's awesome.
And so they were, and so he was just saying, it's like, yeah, I don't know if we're just going to try to retcon Will's birthday, or if we're just going to leave it the same and just make it extra sad.
I would just leave it the same and make it
Leave it the
extra sad,
same.
Yeah.
because that would also give credit to why Will is extra crabby at that point, because
Mhm.
you've seen no one say happy birthday to him. His best friend who got in
They
won't even.
He's just
look at
he's just
him.
riffing on Molly Ringwald.
Yeah,
He's just riffing on Molly
They still
Ringwald.
got like 3 weeks. They could put something into
Yeah.
the this volume 2.
Yeah, no, I remember Will's birthday because it's my birthday.
Yeah, it's
I love it.
So the last episode this season is 2.5 goddamn hours.
yeah.
Yep.
The last episode in volume 2. So it's like there's 2 more episodes left. They're coming out.
They're
July
basically
1st.
movies.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half episode and then a 2.5 hour episode.
See, I was really bothered by it at first, but when you think about how the majority of people watch this show to begin with, it doesn't really matter if it's broken up into 4 episodes or 2 episodes. People are just fucking playing them anyway.
Yeah.
I disagree.
I watched them
do-
all.
I
day.
think most people are still binging. I would wager that.
I watched one a day.
But you never binge though. Yeah. But the majority of people, I wager, are still binging these
We would
shows.
watch like
I
2
watched
episodes.
one or 2 a day is how
Yeah.
we watched it. It was like it was pretty much the only reason we like finished as quickly as we did. Like we got to the last episode and like we finished the second to last episode, and then like in the morning, and they did stuff like midday.
And then I came back and I was like, no, I need to watch it so
Yeah,
that I can get
TikTok's
back
about-
on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is about to spoil me. I need to finish the show now.
Because I also do book talk and stuff like that. So I need to be on TikTok.
It's
I can
really
figure out
hard.
which books I don't.
I didn't have
Yeah.
any issues.
You know what's funny is if you were into the Obi-Wan show, which I don't know why you would be, but if you were lucky, because Stranger Things, Obi-Wan apparently was the highest viewed streaming show, but you wouldn't know that by social media because I hardly see anybody talking about it.
Obi-Wan was I believe Disney Plus's #1 premiere episode.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
maybe it was just Disney Plus that it was the number one for. Maybe not number one overall,
Yeah, I
because
don't think it was overall. I think it was Disney Plus's #1 premiere. So
Stranger Things was all the buzz, all
But
the
I
talk.
think that does go to the streaming. I mean, the binging versus one episode at a time. People can wait on Obi-Wan. They can't wait on Stranger Things
Because
otherwise
it will get
it'll
spoiled.
get
It
spoiled.
will get spoiled.
So
I watched the entire thing in 2 days because I
think-
didn't want to get spoiled.
So
Yeah.
so while Stranger Things is the noise right now, I think Obi-Wan's going to benefit for this like in a week or two
Yeah.
because it
Except for
has-
one, there's one big difference.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is good.
Okay, I knew this. Yeah.
Quality.
I'm in the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan. So I haven't gotten to the reveal that happens in like the appearance of one key character in 3.
Yeah, I haven't watched the 3rd episode yet. But is there anything I want to ask you something about that? But is there anything else we want to talk specifically about Stranger Things?
No,
This
you
thing's
guys
the
got
same.
2 minutes. So
Yeah, that's true.
It's good. All things considered, though, I'm just so happy to say it's good
Can't wait for.
because
Yeah.
the previous season
long
wasn't
wait.
very good. This one
yeah,
was good though.
this redeems the 2 bad seasons for me.
It
Season 3
does.
wasn't bad. Season 2 was bad.
Season 2 was bad. Season 3
Season
was
3 was okay.
okay.
I enjoyed season 3.
It was okay.
There
it
were
was
certain
okay.
aspects I enjoyed in season 3.
This is the best
Agreed.
season since 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agree. Yeah.
Honestly,
100%.
I think this one might be my favorite season. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch season 1 again, but yeah.
I would have to also, although my argument is always, one of them is the one that broke the mold. So
Yeah.
it's always for me hard to beat season 1. But yeah, I would have to rewatch. It's funny to find out like this. I thought that this splitting the season up was some kind of big marketing ploy by Netflix or whatever. But everybody has been coming out from behind the scenes of the show and saying, "Listen, it got broke up because we weren't done." They
Yeah,
were
that's
still
what I've heard.
they were still doing post production work on the show, and they just put out what they could, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still only about like a month and a half difference. It's like I feel like you could have waited on that aspect.
I think if they had debuted the whole thing in July, it would have been kind of cool.
I will
Yeah.
say one thing that does piss me off about having a season 5, other than come on now, please, is that throws out the very nice each season is a season.
Yeah.
Because each one takes place during a different season. Unless there's
And now one
there's
season's gonna have 2.
there's a mystery season.
Mystery season. All right, so Nico, I want to talk to you about episode 2 of Obi-Wan.
All right.
So everybody, like I think we briefly talked about it. Everybody's giving the one villain, Rava, is that her name?
Yeah.
They're giving her grief. I think she's fine. I think she's a good actress.
Yeah.
I got no issues. She seems like a typical Star Wars villain to me.
Yeah.
But the way they've done Princess Leia is what bothers me. And there's a sequence in there. Remember, I told you, once you watch the next episode, I want to ask you.
Yeah.
So Princess Leia is running, right? And Obi-Wan has been tasked to save her. And I've been reading a lot lately that everyone is saying that this is just the Mandalorian with a new coat of paint. And I kind of see that. It is another lone wolf and cub kind of thing happening. But he's chasing her. She's like, why should I trust you? Why should I trust you? I can't trust you just because of what you say. After he catches her, she gives him a speech going on to a cargo ship with a pilot they've never met, a speech about how they have to stop and trust everybody that wants to help them.
Yeah.
That sequence of inconsistent character development, just I like it. I think for me, it shit the bed. I'm like,
Oh, it
this
did
is
an
not
Amber
character.
Heard.
It did an Amber Heard. It
Oh.
stepped on a bee.
No, I can see that. I kind of chalk that up to just I don't know. You're right. I think they didn't really do the whole aspect of getting Obi-Wan to ingratiate himself into like her trust and all that too well.
They rushed
I
it.
think they were doing it entirely to set up a scene, and it was him saving her with the Force. Like that was the setup.
And that's what made me so mad is everything character-wise feels like a setup and not real development.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair criticism. I didn't care as much about that stuff. I liked a lot more of when they're in the hangar and the Rava character is like, oh, by the way, Vader's alive, and Obi-Wan, you could tell, is visibly shook up. Like that was good. Like that's the stuff I want.
Because Ewan McGregor is awesome because he's such
Yeah.
a good actor.
He is. So I liked that. The second episode was okay. I'm kind of intrigued to see where it goes, but
It's only 6, so I'll probably just watch it.
Yeah, it's only 6, and 4 is out today, so it's only 2 more after that.
Yeah.
I hope
if I have to be a positive, say something positive, it was nice to be off a desert planet.
Yes, it was. Although it was nice to be on a desert planet, but it's still like you're only in a very small, I guess, port city or something. But you definitely get the feeling it's like, yeah, this is a set that's just reusing a lot of the same angles because they feel like they're just running around the same block over and over again.
Well, I felt that with all the Disney shows, though.
Yeah,
I literally felt that with everything.
And it is because it's a cramped set, and they just have to kind of reposition stuff. Does. You don't get the feeling of like in 2 when they're exploring Coruscant, they're like traversing over a huge city planet or anything like that. It just so happened that Leia is luckily at the port city that Obi-Wan gets to, and it's like very easy and quick to get there.
Exactly. So we don't really have time. We may revisit this next week. But the one thing I wanted to ask you guys about is the One Piece trailer or the One Piece behind the scenes video that was put out by Netflix. Did you guys watch it?
I didn't.
No.
Okay, so it's just me.
Oh, I watched it as well. And here's the thing. I'm not as familiar. I've seen a little bit of One Piece, so I'm not like a hardcore fan or whatever. But I was really shocked at the level of work they put on the sets.
Yeah.
I mean, they built boats. They built those big ass boats. I was like, holy shit, Netflix is spending money on sets. Disney doesn't even do that.
And hopefully Netflix can spend the money on the writers too.
Well, don't hold your breath for that. It's probably going to suck.
Well,
but look, they're building shit.
It's fascinating. So One Piece has it's a very animated like story, like in terms like the main character's power is stretching like rubber. So doing that in live action is going to be really CGI heavy, and it's going to stand out. So it is fascinating that they are going through the extent to build practical sets when they're going to have to CGI so much of the show anyway.
I was shocked by that. I 100% agree with you. It's going to stand out more because there's real sets.
Well,
fascinating.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe the sets will kind of help soften it a bit. I don't know. Like maybe just because it's like there's going to be something real there.
Well, and that's a reasonable argument.
Yeah.
You can have CGI interact with real stuff, and maybe it gives it more depth.
Yeah, just like Cowboy Bebop, that awesome show.
Well,
oh wait,
I
we'll see.
Yeah, I also don't expect the show to last past the season either. Like Cowboy Bebop.
They don't have a good track record.
One thing also, One Piece is currently over 1,000 episodes long. And like the manga is still ongoing for over 20 years. Like it's
so wait, let me catch up on this show before the live action starts.
Yeah. There is no way in hell this show is going to try to match the anime series or the manga, like beat for beat. So I think it's just going to be like a season. If it does well, I might get something else, like maybe like self-contained things, but it is not going to try to follow the full One Piece plot.
I think it comes out in July. Is that when it is?
I thought it was a little bit later, but maybe, yeah.
Maybe. If I still have Netflix at that point in time, I might at least try to watch the first episode because I do want to support that level of real work happening.
I was likewise impressed with the set work that they were building and that behind the scenes.
Literally, I have no investment, but it got me so hype. I'm like, shit, they're building stuff. I mean, You look at the behind the scenes on all the Star Wars shows and it's, look at our cool 3D projection. I'm like, fuck you, build something. And meanwhile, Netflix is doing probably what will be a terrible live action anime, and they built everything. It's awesome. All right, we should bring this in. Zach and I got to go see a nasty movie at the Art House Theater.
It's a good movie when they say 18 up only.
Yeah.
Porn.
And they're not serving alcohol. How about that? They're like cutting the bar off.
That's got to be a state regulation. Then that's how you know it's porn.
It is 100% porn.
Look, I'm
right.
I just want you to know you will be sitting next to each other watching porn.
But the movie,
it has happened before.
Is this the first time? I don't think so.
No, it's Pleasure, which is a Swedish movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. supposed to be amazing. It's supposed to be really, really good. We'll see. This can't be as bad as when I saw Handmaiden in the Belcourt. Because I saw Handmaiden in the Belcourt, and I was the youngest guy there. There was a bunch of cotton tops all around me, and I'm like, this is really uncomfortable.
You were the youngest guy there?
Well, Steven,
Other than you.
Oh, okay.
you might have Steven, you might have been a cotton top. We just will never know.
Oh, you know. Hey, you catch me around Friday afternoon when I haven't shaved this head all week. There's a little
catch
bit
me
back
outside.
here.
How about that?
There's a little bit back there. All right, let's wrap this up. Nico, where do we find you on the internet, sir?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterbox under Nico Scream, NIKOSCREAM. And you can see us occasionally post photos of our dog Shadow on Instagram at the.shadow.pupper.
Nice. Tina?
You can find me on most major social media sites under Cheddar Popper, CHEDRPOPPR. And along with her Instagram, you can also find the Shadow Pupper on TikTok.
Oh shit, I gotta follow on TikTok. I might have to stitch a shadow pupper video. All right, Zach the Boy.
You can find me on Letterboxd as well as wait, no. You can find me on Letterboxd. I'm Master Z91. And you can find me on Steam and Discord. I'm a dangerous meat lunatic.
Why did your anxiety just go?
My brain no work. I want to see boobies. Let's go.
All right, so find me on Letterboxd, Culturesmash, under Culturesmash, and then on TikTok and Instagram under OTS Movies, and on YouTube, Off the Shelf Movie Night. We'll see everybody next week.
Bye, guys.
Oops.
You are ridiculous.
Dude, my brain stopped working.
It sure did.
My brain literally stopped